We spend so much time and energy trying to prevent ourselves from falling. We spend so much energy trying to prevent a failure. We spend so much energy making sure we're safe. And if we spent 70% of that energy exploring how we can soar, exploring how we can play bigger, exploring how we can make memories that we absolutely will be excited to tell when we're 85 years old sitting in our favorite rocking chair. If we spent 40%, 50% of that same energy, how would our lives look differently? I'm not saying be reckless. I'm not saying do it without a plan. What I am saying is so many times I get the question, how do I prevent failure? And I'd love for you to spend that same energy going, how could I ensure that I soar? How can I ensure that I live the life that I want to tell people about? That I write the story that's going to be really, really good to read. So number one is shift your energy on what you want to create versus what you want to prevent. Because energy grows where energy goes. If you've looked at several episodes, you've probably heard me say that before. Not because I've run out of content, but because I want to keep saying it. Because repetition is not the mother and father of learning. Repetition is the mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, and uncle, and second cousin of learning. So I'm going to keep telling you this, that energy grows where energy goes. So while we want to mitigate and reduce our risk of falling, reduce our risk of failure, we want to spend our dominant energy on creating possibility and what we want to run toward. Now I say that from lessons learned, not just as a teacher, but because for many years in the early part of my career, unbeknownst to me, unconsciously, I wasn't running toward possibility. I was trying to outrun $11.42 in the bank like I had in 1994. And so I know that once I was able to get far enough away from that experience, I started losing motivation. I stopped running as fast. I didn't know it. I didn't know why. But it's because I knew I wasn't threatened by ever seeing $11.42 again. And then all my motivation was gone. I was nervous for about a year. I was still in motion, still, generating a lot of business, a lot of buzz, but internally, I wasn't driven the same way until I shifted my energy and said, what am I running toward? The first answer was, I don't know, because I've been trying to outrun something so long that I wasn't looking forward, really looking forward, like horizon forward, like up forward. I may have been looking at the next goal forward, the next target forward, but I wasn't looking at horizon, something so big, it would take me 10 years to get there. It would take me 15 years to get there. And so number one, let's create a big, bodacious, like yummy, in 5 years, I want to be here. In 10 years, I want to have this. Let's create something to run toward that makes your knees knock a bit and it stretches you. It doesn't stress you, it stretches you.
Success is personally defined by everyone. And as you're creating success, create holistic success. My biggest successes are the things that people don't even see. It's the fact that my 14-year-old son calls me his best friend to his friends. That's bigger than any book deal that you can give me. That's bigger than sitting across from Larry King or beside Oprah, that my 14-year-old son calls me his best friend. Creating holistic success is really important.
We'll talk about making your dash dance. Point one, you gotta be willing to do it afraid. See, you might be waiting for the fear to stop. Well, Lisa, I heard this so many times. Lisa, I'm afraid, what do? Do it anyway. Lisa, I'm afraid, I don't quite know if I should move. Move anyway. I don't know if I should leap. Leap afraid. And then gather your courage on the way down. And if you don't get it before you hit, you was gonna hit anyway. I'd rather die leaping than on the edge figuring out how to get the courage to leap. Yes, yes? Yes, yes? So many times we're waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get something right. I see your hands going up. You guys know if it's your truth, you can raise your hand just like we did on day 0. You're just kind of waiting. You're waiting to get everything in order. You're waiting so that everything is in you, it's together. You're waiting to not be afraid. You're waiting to have the courage. You're waiting to have all the money. You're waiting to lose weight. See, if I waited to release my unwanted pounds before I got in front of you, Lisa Nichols would be the secret. Yes? I thought, how about I just leap with my imperfection and then find my form of perfecting my imperfection while I'm soaring? How about I do that? How about you not wait to get it right? You figure out, how does it look doing it wrong? How does that look? Because your 80% of right is somebody else's 159% of what they needed. Yes? And when you want to do it right and you want to wait till you're not afraid and you want to wait till you have it all together, oh, you made it about you again. See, Nelson Mandela did it. He just did it not knowing if it were right. Mahatma Gandhi just did it not knowing if it were right. Mother Teresa just did it not looking for affirmation or confirmation. Is this right? Martin Luther King did it not even knowing if it would happen before his life ended. I mean, what are you waiting on? Are you willing to do it afraid? Are you willing to do it knowing that you got so much work to do to get it better, to get it more perfect? But are you willing to do it inside your imperfection? Do you realize that in your imperfection, you're perfect for the job?